ladies and gentlemen, Alberta's pride. Hey, ho, hey, ha, ha, hey, this, hey, 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 whoa.
Out in Alberta where the Rockies rise, Tommy Temper streaming with fire in his eyes, from a lake house glowing in the moonlight's gleam. He's the YouTube king of the widest streams. Oh, Tommy Temper, you're a great guy, battling trolls with a spark in your eye. Conspiracy theories, politics and fun, streaming from the Rockies, you're second to none. Hot tub bubbling under starlit skies, he's calling out the haters with truth in his lines, talking about the world from the left to the right. Tommy's got the mic, keeping it tight. Oh, Tommy Temper, you're
How's everyone doing today? You're watching the Tommy Temper Show, coming to you live from Sylvan Lake. We're back. We're back in full force here. We've been gone for a little while on a little bit of a epic holiday all the way out to the Rocky Mountains. Wow. We made it up to Jasper. We made it up to Miette Hot Springs. We were bubbling in those hot springs there, having a good time. Hey, Howard. Good to see you there, Howard. Big ups to you. Thanks a lot for popping in there. Let's see. Chat is going hard. Howard, good to see you. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Give that old stream a little bit of a thumbs up. Give us a boost. We like that. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks for popping in here. You're looking good today. And I'm feeling good, as you can tell. Woo-hoo. Loving it. Oh, yeah. Glad to be live again here. I was kind of in a recording mode there for a little bit there out in the mountains there because there was so little cell service in a lot of places that we were going there. I had my phone and it's, you turn it on and you go, where's my 5G? It's gone. It's not there. Holy geez. So, we had to end up using satellite service there, which you can just text on there. That's about it. You can't do anything else. Just send somebody a text message. Kind of a little bit poor reception. No 5G in a lot of places. Rustic. We were rustic camping there in the middle of nowhere, by the river, by the creek, by the lake, all over the place. We were up in the glaciers there, camping, 3 kilometers from the glacier, where, of course, it's receding, because of stuff going on there. Hey, we got, who else is in there? Carrie, good to see you. Nice to see you this morning. We're, like I said, we're feeling good. We're back at Sylvan Lake at the lake house here, and it is a beautiful day. Just look at it out there. It's beautiful. It's a nice sunny morning. The sun is beating down, coming in from the east there through the window right now. I'm here a little bit late, 9:55. But at least I'm on here. I was kind of paying attention to what's going on in the world there, doing a little bit of updating because, when you're out in the wilderness there, you don't have good radio or TV or anything like that, even internet, so you can't keep up with what's going on with world events. So once I got home here last night, I was kind of looking a little bit at the videos and YouTubes and stuff like that and checking and see what's going on. Wow. Big news out in the Washington State. You guys had big fires going on there, like unbelievable. Let me pull a little clip up here to go over how bad things are over there. This is like incredible. This guy here, he's got his whole house burning and hang on, let me just turn that music down here a little bit. Here's the video from it here. This is in Spokane, Washington. A homeowner stated, the firemen drove up, took pictures, and then drove off as my house was on fire. They did nothing. What the F? And you can see him driving his ancient automobile, his antique automobile out of his house there. But basically stuff burning all over the place. I think they had something, don't quote me on this, 640 homes burned in Seattle, Washington. Just craziness out there. Welcome to the show, Troy. We got Troy in there. We got Mama Red in there. Hey, good to see you. Lion Roar's in there. Hey, good to see you too. Nice to see you. Yeah, we were traveling with Uncle John around the area out on that trip there. Yeah, I don't know. Gee, I don't know if you were invited. Yeah, the fire was arson. Absolutely. It was unbelievable that happened in Spokane, Washington. I think we have a little clip here of the actual arson happening here. Let's roll that here. Yeah, we've got footage of what appears to be a homeless person in Spokane setting fire to a dumpster yesterday morning. Oh, this is me. This is not the guy that actually set this, but this individual sets similar fires at similar locations across the city. So this may not be the guy that they actually caught that you're looking at right here, but this is a homeless guy just plain setting fires, at the same time there. So yeah, pretty ridiculous that kind of stuff is going on there. But this here is the guy that they actually caught. Doing the, apparently, this is all apparently at the moment here, but, this guy's being arrested for arson, after the Democrat governor of Washington blamed the Spokane fires on climate change. So yeah, of course they're going to say, oh, it's climate change that's causing all the fires. Yeah. And then they, get this guy here. Aaron Farnacci is not only suspected of starting the fires, but previously murdered his father. Oh my gosh, not good. Imagine that. Why was he even on the street? Guy should have been in jail. So we had lots of fires there. Like I said, they're going here. This report says 700 homes and structures destroyed in wildfires, and the people are just devastated in Washington. Let's actually listen to this report here.
Tonight in eastern Washington, out-of-control wildfires forcing the evacuation of 65,000 people.
The whole block's gone, dude.
3 separate fires burning towards the city of Spokane, destroying more than 700 structures, burning cars to a crisp, and turning houses like this one into little more than ash and rubble. The county sheriff sharing some people are still unaccounted for.
It's 14 reports of people who are calling for evacuations, and we haven't been able to find them.
The smoke was very intense. Shouldn't have been back here, but I had to see my house.
Ken Anderson capturing this video of his own neighborhood going up in flames.
That's our house.
He and his wife Lisa coming back today to see their home of 27 years gone.
It was the first time I'd seen it since it burned.
What made this one different?
It was the tremendous wind that came with it. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire.
With roadblock.
So you see, it wasn't just the fire that the guy started, but it was the wind. And also you probably had dry conditions there that were, in combination with that. But whenever you see major fires happening, it's wind. It's wind that's the big causing factor. Not so much climate change, although, you will have dry areas, dry periods, and you'll have wet periods, like that's just normal. But when you have a dry period and along with winds and with an arsonist with a lighter and a bunch of matches, what do you expect is going to happen?
And mandatory evacuations still in effect. Few are able to see the damage firsthand.
Just had to stop by my buddy's house to see if there's anything left, and there's not.
Many making the same discovery.
This is really apocalyptic and pretty scary.
Across the West, dozens of wildfires are burning, including in Utah and Oregon, where conditions spawned a rare fire NATO with a twister of swirling flames and superheated air caught on video. Back in Spokane, images from above showing the devastation for those on the ground.
Unbelievable. Totally unbelievable. And the Democrat mayor, it's climate change, he probably didn't even find out what the cause of it was. And is blaming climate change on it already. These guys are ridiculous. But, that being said, devastation. We're sorry to hear that happening. It happened up here in Canada here too, in the town of Jasper, and it happened in up in north, Fort McMurray, places like that. Fires happen, like that's just natural. Even before man was even on Earth here, fires happened. We had thunderstorms, lightning, stuff like that, but a lot fewer than what we're seeing now, because now we have a guy with a lighter. We have man involved in the picture, and a lot of these fires are started by men, by women too, whatever. We can't leave them out of the picture. Campfires, campfires going out of control, campfires on a windy day, whatever, that kind of thing. Even where I was out there in the wilderness there, wilderness, rustic, type camping, all you have is just a bunch of rocks in a circle and a fire burning there, and of course grass and stuff right next to you, so something could get out of control. East Coast Stoner, hey, good to see you. Nice to see you in the channel there. Future site of new data center. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Well, I wouldn't make fun of that, but as we can say, yeah, pretty crazy that kind of stuff was happening there. This is what it looked like when we were out and about. This is one of the shots there. Actually, this is a video. We were doing a live video there up high in the mountains, and we're not that far. Like, you see mountains about 45 minutes from where I am right here in Sylvan Lake. You go west a little bit and you're into the mountains. This here is at the glacier. There's a glacier up there at the Columbia ice fields, and that's where this shot was taken by me. We were parked in the parking lot there, and there's a little route that you can walk up there to the ice fields there and see the actual toe. They call it the toe of the glacier, and it's all covered with dirt and debris and all kind of stuff like that, that comes down with the rain or whatever. So it's not pristine white glacier, where you're actually looking at it. It's kind of dirty, sun-beaten, melting type of a glacier. But high up, it is white, and it's actually blue. It looks blue. It looks like pure ice, where you're looking at the actual glacier itself. So, yeah, pretty interesting, the travels that we were on there, all around there. Here's another shot of what happened in Washington, Spokane, Washington, with the whole thing. This is a chopper view of the devastation. The houses burned out here. You can see about 700 structures were burned, which is an awful lot. I think it was around 640 homes. People were displaced. As with any fire, you're going to have some houses still standing, and most of it destruction all around. Like, unbelievable. All the trees are gone there. The trees are all burned out. Not too much in the way of trees in the area there. If you look close, there are trees, but hey, sparse in the trees. And that fire was just so devastating with the winds. It's, of course, the winds, once the fire starts, the winds start blowing that fire. And it doesn't really matter if there's trees or not, because it jumps from house to house to house, with it burning as fast as it is. And like with the other clip there, the homeowner says the fire department pulled up, took a picture of the fire, and then burned out of there because they didn't want to have anything to do with it. They're not going to risk their life over something that they really, visually can see that they can't do anything about. So, yeah, the only thing that you could do is get some aerial, helicopters or planes or something like that to dump fire retardant or water on something like that. So unbelievable. That was Spokane, Washington. Yeah, and I saw a clip of that, when I was out in the parks there, and it looked like it was like a row of fires that I saw, and I'm thinking, what's going on there? Is it so cold that you got the homeless people there lighting so many fires there to keep themselves warm at night? That was all I thought of it, when I saw that clip of some fires there, because I was out in the wilderness and I didn't really get good reception or whatever, and I couldn't really grasp the story. But yeah, this is not good when it happens, but you know, to jump on the climate change thing and try and use that as the reason for something like this is absolutely despicable. So shame on the Democrat governor for, or was it the mayor rather, for saying something like that. Not good at all. Not good at all. Let's see here. Yeah, proposed data center. Yeah, exactly. That's the deal here. Yeah, I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but now that it's all burned out here, what are they going to do? Make it a proposed data center there now? I don't know if they're going to do that. You never know, you know, because those data centers are actually, you know, needing some land in prime areas there to set up shop. So, yeah, I don't know. This is another shot here of the fires, and we'll see an airplane dropping fire retardant here at the beginning of this clip here. Let's bring it back here. Right in here. Wow, unbelievable! Check that out. And the plane, you can't hardly even see the plane there because the smoke is so thick. And that's the thing, when you have high winds and thick smoke, it makes it really, really difficult for planes or helicopters or anything to drop anything on the fire. It is just, you know, the visibility is really terrible anywhere around the fire. And this morning I was watching the news in Spokane, and even though they've got the fires out, you know, at this particular, well, maybe not out completely, but there are other fires that are burning, wildfires that are burning in the area, and the wind has dropped down now, but the smoke is thick over Spokane, heavy smoke and stuff like that over Spokane there right now, so hard to breathe, that sort of thing. So, yeah, that's what's going on down in Spokane. Not a good situation. Like I say, they have potentially caught the guy that you know, the way that I hear is that the guy that was involved in the whole thing potentially is this guy here, and somebody saw him kneeling down in the area where then they came back later and a fire was burning in that area. So I don't think that somebody actually witnessed him with a lighter or matches in his hand, but he was right in that area just prior to where they saw the fire started. So he is what they call the arson suspect, and he was arrested. Apparently he had a lighter and matches on him when he was arrested. So they're going to have to go back to that area and see whether or not any of those matches were burned. That's going to be really hard to find that out. Yeah, it's a terrible situation that we're in there in Spokane, Washington. Let's see if we
had to evacuate because of these massive fires in Spokane County. The whole state's under threat now. Climate change. You know, climate change isn't some existential global thing. It's our neighbors. It's our friends. We had to fight for them. He had to evacuate because of these massive fires in Spokane County. The whole state's under threat now. Climate change. You know, climate change isn't some existential global thing. It's our neighbors. It's our friends. We had to fight for them. He had to evacuate because of these massive fires in Spokane County. The whole state's under threat now.
Yeah. What? Climate change? What's with the climate change thing all of a sudden there? You know, everyone is like, you know, the Democrats there are like blaming climate change on the whole thing. That was the governor that we saw there, Governor Inslee, said that the fire in Spokane was from climate change. Meanwhile, the arson suspect was arrested. So let's put that to rest there now that it definitely was not climate change, but it was, you know, potentially an arson that actually caused that. So, you know, people are like jumping on that and going, you know, right away, well, quit it already with trying to blame climate change for everything. You guys are just getting ridiculous with that whole thing. You know, it's craziness, you know. Yeah. Jim says, Jim, good to see you. There's a big fire at Area 51. This is not happening by chance. Yeah, exactly. Well, making fun of the situation there. Who else is in there? We got Joker in there. We got Edward Cam in there. Yeah. What? I didn't do my job. Who? Me? What? What kind of a job do I have there? My job is not a job. I'm just here to report. When you're a mod for Ball Bag, you're on the clock. Oh, yeah, who are you talking to? I'm not a mod. I'm not a mod at all. I don't know what's going on there with RV, as a matter of fact, and Railroaded. I haven't really chimed in there. Although, wasn't RV with SW, and isn't SW in Edmonton? So I don't know what's going on with him there at the moment. We'll have to kind of watch a little bit closer there to find out what's going on with that situation. But yeah, lots of stuff coming in on the fire. The fire is absolutely ridiculous. And here's another video of the fire in Spokane. Just terrible, absolutely terrible. The devastation, the fire, the smoke, and the loss of, I don't know if any, how many lives might have been lost in that fire, because to have, over 700 structures burned to the ground, I'm surprised that we're not hearing more about loss of life in that situation. I sure hope there's no loss of life. But yeah, I don't know because everything is just coming in here, and they're still doing searches and stuff like that. So, yeah, hard to say whether or not any lives have been lost on the whole thing. But the sheep will definitely say it's climate change. It's climate change. And who is the conspiracy theorist at this point? It's the Democrat governor, that's the conspiracy theorist. When you come up with, it's something, and meanwhile, that's not what it is. It's just fake news, and we're sick and tired of this fake news and people jumping to conclusions, as something is happening and nobody has really, found out what the cause was, and then right away you're, blaming climate change for something. Yeah, it's a little bit ludicrous for anybody in politicians in a place of power are coming up with stuff like that. So, not a good situation. That is 100% for sure. And here we see the look at things here. This is the way it looked before. This is the way it looks now. Just total neighborhoods just burned to the ground. Unfrickin' believable. It's just, wow. Spokane, Washington. It's just craziness of what has happened. Sorry to hear that to our American neighbors down there, but it's a part of life. You put a Bic lighter in the guy's hand, and what do you expect to happen? And apparently the guy murdered his father. So, yeah, the guy was maybe a little bit of, that he would actually do something like that. Yeah, sorry to hear about that. Down in the United States, in the seaboard there, the western seaboard, city of Spokane, Washington. I've actually visited Spokane as well. We've driven through there. I stayed in a motel there. Who knows? Maybe even the motel that I stayed in is burned to the ground. I don't know. I didn't look closely at the map there to see what part of Spokane, burned. But yeah, not a good situation. And yeah, we were experiencing pretty high winds ourselves there. Up here in Canada. So I think it was just something that was happening right across the area. Here's a satellite map here. This is the view from the satellite of what's going on there. So could even see it from satellite views up there. So wow, that's how big the fire was in there. Unbelievable. Okay, what else is happening? Bring on the robots. Yeah, exactly. Climate derangement syndrome, says Casey. D's in there. Hey, good to see you. Just me, looking good. 12th man, Texas said no more data centers. I guess they've had enough. I guess. Meanwhile, they're building a data center up here in just north of where I live in Edmonton, Alberta. They just approved one there, and I think they have shovels in the ground on that one there already. So They apparently like it. The only thing I can say about data centers is I think they're, of course, you need to store all of your photographs and all of your garbage that you post on the internet. You know, it all needs to be saved somewhere, and they're being saved in those internet data centers. As a matter of fact, the one north of Edmonton is going to be a Facebook data center run by, the guy that runs Facebook. And, he's setting it up because we need to store stuff. Because right now, when I make a video, a live video on Facebook, they only store it for 1 month and then they delete it. So they're actually deleting my beautiful videos that I'm making. So we need more data centers for my videos that I'm making to make sure they don't get purged and, gotten rid of type stuff, But, whatever. Oh, that's a terrible situation. Let's move on from Spokane to, let's see what else is happening in the world. I was watching stuff in Russia. In Russia, there's more wildberry centers that are being pretty much decimated there. I think they've got about 15 wildberry locations that are have been taken out. Let's see. Oh, I'm not actually. Let me go for wildberry here. No, actually, let's go Russia. I should be able to come up with something with just a quick search for Russia on the wildberry. Oh, this is a really weird one here. This guy, in Russia, I don't know if you heard about this one here, but, let's see, at some point here, there's an explosion here. I just have to be careful. This is a weird one here, okay? I saw this one. This one was interesting. Watch this one here. This is nothing to do with the war, right? With Russia and Ukraine. But this is a video that somebody took in Russia, okay? And this is apparently, I don't know what department of the Russian government this is here, but today, many were shocked by yet another video of a drone safari Russians are carrying out against civilians in Kherson. A Russian drone, deliberately hunted down a man selling vegetables and detonated right next to him. The Russians even admitted to the crime, showing zero tolerance on the whole thing. Let's see, and zero regret, right? Openly boasting about tormenting people. Unbelievable. The man was wounded in the blast. He wasn't killed, unfortunately. Every single day, ordinary people in Kherson, Kherson, face 3 Russian safaris. They call them safaris. The world must see this. It must see every piece of evidence that Russia has gone mad and that its soldiers take pleasure in killing and abusing civilians without pressure on Russia. The dismantling of its capacity for aggression and real security guarantees, and it is simply impossible to imagine the world as being able to coexist with this evil. We must remain resolute in defending life. We must act and support life in ways that force Russia to seriously think about peace rather than exporting and expanding the range of its drones. This is not about Ukraine. Russia's campaign against human life must be stopped here in Ukraine before it spreads further. Finland and Kazakhstan, the Baltic states and Poland, the countries of the South Caucasus, Romania and Moldova, all should work together to ensure real security and guarantee and bringing Russia the war to an end. Peace is needed, right? We don't need more of this kind of stuff. It's absolute craziness that's going on. Watch this. I'm not going to show you the part where the guy gets, basically where the drone goes off. But check out this video here of what Russia is doing to ordinary citizens. Look at this. There's the drone. The drone is chasing the guy around his van. Look at that. The guy's running. The drone's circling around. Yeah, it's looking bad for the guy. It's looking terrible. He's running. I'm not going to show you the part where the explosion happens, but Wow. Is this where we're moving in this world, where it's going to be the government against there are different governments against different people, and where the wars are going to be happening, and where the soldiers and the robotic drones and stuff like that are going to be attacking civilians like that? Like, unbelievable. Like look at that. The guy's just selling vegetables and whatever. He probably was just a random person. I don't know whether they were looking for him or whatever, but he doesn't look like a soldier, that's for sure. And the Russian military is doing stuff like that. That was unbelievable to see that. Not good at all. Not good at all. And then we have this shot in here where we've got, I'm not going to show the end of this one here either, but this one here is, let's see, the death toll from this morning's drone explosion on a beach in Gelendzhik, Russia, has increased to 7, including 3 children, and 40-plus people are wounded. Russian mobile fire shot down a Ukrainian drone on its way to strike the Razvet recreation base, which belongs to NPO, a major Russian defense contractor, building cruise missiles and other weapons for the Russian military. The drone fell 300 meters short of its target and hit a crowded public beach, instead killing 7 civilians. Putin's decision to invade the Ukraine continues to claim Russian lives. So, check this out here. This is a beach in Russia, and you can see all the people here. And, so what happened is the Ukraine sent a drone over to attack, valid Russian military sites, and Russia shoots the drone down, and the drone lands on the beach and explodes on the beach here. You can hear the fire. And there's the drone right in the middle. And the drone comes down and lands right on that beach there. Actually, you can't see that because it's... let me move it here a little bit. But you can see that drone right in that shot right there, and it's coming down to the beach there. Actually, let me roll that again here so you can see a little better. Right here. There's the drone. There it is coming down. And it comes down and it lands right into the beach there, killing a bunch of people on the beach. So, the Russian military, apparently they don't care about their own people because, why would you be trying to shoot down a drone that's flying right over a public beach with a whole bunch of people just plain suntanning and having a good time? Unbelievable that something like that would happen. Crazy. There you go. Craziness in the world as we see it. Absolute craziness. Let's see. We've also got a video of a huge FP5 cruise missile flying over Russia. Shows that the Ukrainians can now fly at much lower altitudes than previously thought. It's much more difficult for air defense systems to lock on when it flies at just 15 meters. And here you can see the cruise missile flying over Russia at 15 meters from where people are actually standing. Crazy. How can you shoot down something like that that's flying so low and at pretty fast speed? That's like a lot faster speed than most of those drones fly at. So, amazing with that. Yeah, lots of stuff coming in from all over the place. People in Russia are pissed off that they're not getting their wildberry packages and stuff like that. You've got Ukrainian drones struck a Turkish-owned cargo ship transporting fruits and vegetables to Russia. So it looks like Ukraine is even, and they're not putting the vessels into the water, into the ocean, but they're just targeting the command center of the vessel so that it can't be assailed until major repairs are done. But they're, targeting food going into Russia there now. So, we've got that stuff going on there now. Let's see. We've also got the wildberry things that are happening, and you've got other refineries and stuff like that are going up in smoke. This looks like a refinery. Ukraine's Zelensky to Russia. 20 million more drones are on the way, says, wow, 20 million. Wow, Ukraine has 20 million drones, and we see this kind of devastation happening. This looks like a refinery in Russia going up. They've been really going hard on Russia. Ukraine is really hammering them hard, and for some reason, Putin is just still wanting to fight the war. He doesn't really care that their infrastructure is going up in smoke. Just crazy, absolute craziness going on over there. Yeah, check out this one here. This is a drone going over Russia. They're not a drone. It looks like a missile. It's a kind of rocket. Oh, it is a drone. It is a drone. It's got wings there. Ooh, nice explosion there. Putin did not expect that everyone will dare to challenge Russia. That threatens the world with nuclear weapons. Ukraine called Kremlin's bluff, starting to hit strategic military factories deep inside the superpower. This is the Flamingo. This is actually the actual Flamingo is what's flying here, which I believe is a jet-powered device. Looks like an airplane. It's got wings on it, but I believe it's jet-powered, if I'm not mistaken. Allegedly. Will be like the Cadamus Rex channel there. Allegedly this, allegedly that. We're worried about getting sued. Allegedly this, allegedly that. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, okay. Yeah, everyone is, okay, all the trolls are onto, and you guys are trolls, admit you're trolls. Quit trying to go like, we're not trolls, quit trolling us trolls, Yeah, you guys are trolls. And you also, you make fun of the way people look. You're not inclusive with anybody. You're just name calling out there, doing stuff like that. And, shame on you guys there for being such bad people. Wake up in the morning and wonder who you can, call out in the world. Unbelievable. You're unbelievable. Yeah. We got this one here coming in here. This was a while ago here that this one came in. Oh, we'll look at this one again, just because it's kind of an interesting video here of this chopper. And it looks like the chopper, this is where it actually went down, which is kind of an unbelievable video here. Check it out. Amazing that he didn't just stop. Just stop already. Turn your power off. Turn your power off. Power down. Power down. Power down. You don't have a tail even on the frickin' thing. I'm surprised that the thing is even flying, and stable like that with the rear of the thing completely broken. But he keeps the power on. The thing goes to a higher altitude until finally it's a Ka-226 in Russia. This was a while ago that this thing, this is back in November 2025 that this happened in that area of time. But look he goes way high up in the air, and then the thing finally and not good. It was carrying the deputy director, chief engineer, and the chief designer of a factory dedicated to manufacture of parts for the Russian military aircraft and fighter jets. All occupants of this chopper died, and just amazing footage of that happening there. it came down hard when it was, I don't know, whatever the hell it was trying to do. Tail broke right off of the thing, and then the thing was still flying around. What happened there? Did they not have any ability to like power down? Like even right here, when the thing was like very low to the water or whatever, they should have just powered down instead of going so high up into the air and then finally crashing down. Yeah, you're watching the Tommy Temper Show. Give us a thumbs up if you can. We really appreciate any kind of a thumbs up that you can give us. Thank you very much for that. I was watching my good friend earlier today. Let's see. Let's bring in a little bit of his video. You should give my friend a little sub. Give him a thumbs up. Tell him that Tommy Temper was talking about him. We've got our good friend Mechanic Eric. Oh, he's not in his chair there right at the moment, but Mechanic Eric was doing his thing, rolling down the road,
20 minutes,
stuff like that. Here he is.
Every day to tear it down, and every
Mechanic
night
Eric
to,
America is
or every
his
night
channel.
to tear it down, every day to set it back up.
And he does stuff where he's on the scene doing work on paving and stuff like that. He's in a truck. They're loading a paver, moving it around. He's doing asphalt reclamation out of parking lots and stuff like that.
As of last year.
He's got a voice thing on there. Fry TV is one of his mods over there, and yeah, he does a pretty good video, pretty good channel, good friend of ours there. So give him a shout out. Go over there and say, Mechanic Eric, Tommy Temper was talking about you. He had you on his program a little bit there, giving you a little bit of a shout out.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, he says he likes
Get me off my ugly mug.
he likes my channel, or he liked my channel better when we were restreaming and stuff like that. So there you go, Eric. I'm doing a bit of restreaming there today, showing people about your channel there, which I like tuning into his channel and just seeing what the hell he's up to there when I see him live. Although I didn't say hi over in his channel there today because I was watching on the big screen TV. I've got a large screen TV in the living room here, and I flipped out on first thing in the morning and have YouTube turned on there and search through a few YouTube channels and stuff like that to check out what's going on. And yeah, that's what I kind of was doing there this morning. So yeah, that was pretty good. Like to see him. Just me, good to see you in there. We got 12 men in there. Yeah, that's going to suck up that lake you like to visit. Sylvan. I'm at Sylvan Lake here right now. This is a live video here right behind me here. We are coming to you live from Sylvan Lake. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a follow. Give us a like. Give us a sub wherever you happen to be. What's my subs doing here? 9316. We're staying about level. I'm not really losing subs. I'm not gaining subs. I'm just subbing along. Make my internet a better place, says East Coast owner. They building in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, while over here they are. Bike lane protest at Edmonton, apparently 100 people plus and a streaker. Woo, picks at 11, but maybe not here. Yeah, well, yeah, Lion Roars. Let's see those pictures there. Send them over to me and we'll post them up here. Yeah, they always, whenever there's any bikers doing a protest, you always have to have that streaker or the naked biker, making an appearance there just to flash the kids and stuff like that. Those perverts out there. Edmonton is complete a-hole city. The police are getting roasted this week over their hate agenda. You have stories, knock, knock. Yeah, exactly. Oh no, I heard that there was something that they did a post about their hate agenda because, you got that new hate thing that's come out there federally. And of course the local police have to jump on it and go, oh, you guys don't hate on anyone, and post like that. Didn't they do a post and then they took it down or something? There's something like that going on there, Lion Roars. Back in Edmonton, stuff happening going on there, and just me. I'm going to read this stuff. This is all allegedly. In Europe, they're saying that the carbon dioxide people breathe out is bad for the climate. Survival Lily showed it. We are carbon that they want eliminated. Yeah, I can believe that. Want to hone down on the number of people on the earth so that more people can live. What you want to do away with people so that more people can live here, right? That makes an awful lot of sense, right? Yeah. Oh, Brett is in there. Brett. Hello, Brett.
Fuck all the fucking way off.
Brett is in the house. Good to see you there, Brett. Yeah, nice to see you.
I've been preaching this shit for 20 fucking years.
I know. Yeah, I've been talking about it here too, you know. Brett, don't be on the Zionist. I'm gonna have to ban the word Zionist in my chat there. You're like going really hard on that there. Gee whiz, don't say Zionist. That's you know, like it's not a part of my channel here. Like I'm not against Palestinians. I'm not against Israelis at all. They need to come together. Come together. Remember the Beatles had that song, "Come Together." You know, yeah, we need that to happen. We need to live in a better world, you know, and not be fighting with each other. There you go. Oh, what's this? My Remington, this is 12th man living off-grid in Alaska. My Remington 870 police issue 12 shotgun would take care of that little ass drone. Oh yeah, the one that was chasing that guy. 6 in the magazine and 1 in the chamber. But you'd have to have your gun with you. And I don't know that guy had a gun with him, you know, at the farmer's market or wherever he was there, setting up his little vegetable booth or something there. Just terrible what's going on there. Unbelievable. Terribly unbelievable. Oh, East Coast says when they first invaded, seen them take a tank to a guy in a car trying to escape. You know, yeah, it's like they're going after civilians, and they're also, you know, Russia is bombing Ukrainian apartment buildings and stuff like that. They even hit some kind of an ancient cathedral or something, like a place of worship, you know, like stuff like that. Of course, they're going, oh, well, the missile just missed a target, you know, type thing. Yeah, right. Yeah, I would like to see that. We got Fry TV in there. Hey, Fry TV. Yeah, you're a mod over in Mechanic Eric's. Tell Mechanic Eric that I did a little feature on him on my show there and told people to sub up there. Hey, Fry, if you can, drop a link to Mechanic Eric's channel there. So that people can check out his channel with him running around with the dump truck or whatever he's driving there, you know, doing the asphalt jobs and stuff like that. He's a good guy that used to be on, he was actually one of the mechanics, and that's where he got that name from, on the convoy, the American convoy there. He rolled with them across the highways and byways of the United States, and was one of their mechanics, so that's where that came from. Yeah, so good to see that he's live doing his thing, and he's got that same soundboard that I have here, and once in a while he'll play
fuck all the way off
Brett on there. Brett is beginning to be, in fact, yeah, maybe we should do some clips of Queenie. Somebody needs to clip Queenie there, calling people whatever. What's her latest? The Preds. Everyone's a Pred these days, you know. This person's a Pred, that person's a Pred. You know, she's more of a Pred than this person and this person and this person and this person, and you know, that kind of stuff there. Whatever. But I prefer not to talk about her. Oh yeah, she had a garage sale. I was just listening to her there last night, but Queenie had a garage sale, and she had like some item that she paid a couple $100 for, and a little toy, a little Spider-Man toy or something, and some guy came there and offered her or gave her 70 cents for her $200 item in the Spider-Man. And she went ballistic, whatever, and called the guy out and told him to get the hell out of there. So, as she said, I'm not having any more garage sales. Yeah, well, you don't have a garage, Queenie, so you can't call it a garage sale. It's a yard sale. So, yeah. When are you having another one? Well, apparently it didn't work out all that well. So that was funny to hear that. Yeah, unbelievable. These things happen, you know, when you're who you are. What do you expect at a garage sale? Do you expect to like get what you paid for an item? You know, like that's not what happens. It's like at a garage sale, you're basically trying to get the shit out of your property, and what you don't sell ends up going to Goodwill or something like that, you know. So yeah, Russia started on their second wave of kidnapping people to die on the front lines. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I forget what they're calling it now. It's like the great, reset, where we're going to go after anybody and everybody, and we're going to put this war to, we're going to extinguish Ukraine once and for all by, getting more and more of our people. Of course, there's hardly anybody left because, and all it is just women. Pretty soon it's going to be women. I want to see the day when it's all women fighting on the front line, because eventually that will probably happen. You know that. There you go. All you do on my channel. What? Who did that? On my channel is abuse and disrespect me. So not sure what you figured was going to happen. Yeah, there you go. Oh, Brett is talking about some people that come over and visit him on his channel, and then they end up getting banned. That might happen. And I feel the same way, Brett. If you come over to my channel and you disrespect me, or if I see you doxing me over, and okay, so my name is known, right? If you look on the internet, you'll find my real name. You'll find my real address. You'll find out more, a lot of details about me. But I prefer it. I call doxing when you use my real name, when you use my real assets, my real everything, and you use it to expose me, right? And when you want people to come over to my house, or you want the police department to raid my house or do something like that, or you give out my information because you want the police department to basically come over here and SWAT my house or something, there would be no other reason for you to dox me, to give out my real information to especially to other people that are more devious than you. Well, shame on you for doing stuff like that. It's a shame that I even have to talk about that, but that's what you're doing, Catamus Rex, over in your channel, when you're allowing guys like Dean Wall and even yourself. You came into my chat and you doxed me right in my own chat here. Shame on you for doing that. And that's the most despicable thing. You are nothing but a doxer. And you go, well, they're calling me trolls. Yeah, you're not just a troll, but you're actually a doxer as well. Shame on you for doing that. And you go, yeah, but I saw your name on the internet. Oh, yeah, okay, big freaking deal. That doesn't mean anything. But when you try and use my name to openly try and get people to swap me and doing stuff like that, which that idiots out there are going to do something like that. That's when I go, okay, you're not welcome. You're not welcome over here, right? Fry has the information right there. He posted in my chat there. Eric, let's see, he's Mechanic Eric. Come ride with me. He pretty much always has the name of his stream. Come ride with me. So
that clickety.
Yeah, you can see bullshit. Eric out there. That's his stream there.
Daddy's good girl says,
sub up to him and go over there and tell him Tommy Temper sent you.
Oh my God!
Say Tommy Temper dropped your link in his
I don't
channel.
know.
He's giving you promotion,
like
so the people can go over there and see what the hell you're up to.
Shave it off, and it's like, ooh, it's weird. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. It's getting a little long.
Oh, his beard. Yeah, he just needs a little beard oil on his beard there or something there. Go and tell him that. Yeah, but good stream in there with Eric. And Eric uses technology. He's like in a truck, but he's like me, where he embraces technology and he likes to, you can see he's got the picture-in-picture. He's got the chat on his screen. He's got the text to voice. Oops, hang on. He's got the text to voice. Pushed the wrong button there. I faded the black. Sorry about that. My stream isn't ending yet. And he's on YouTube. You shouldn't fade to black before you go or when you end your stream, because then that's your last. The YouTube uses that as your screenshot or whatever, your thumbnail. So you have a black thumbnail if you do that. But he's got his location up on the top of the screen. He's got his bit rate on the bottom of the screen, bonding and stuff like that. He uses 3 different cell carriers to give you a crystal clear video picture. So he actually uses a lot of technology and a lot of different software to bring you his stream that you don't know if you didn't listen to how he actually constructs the whole thing. But a good guy, and does a nice stream there. He's a single guy, and he's always looking for a new girlfriend or something like that. He's always got a bunch of women in his chat there trying to, put the hustle on him, that kind of thing. Pretty funny. Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah, anyways, if you just popped in here, I was up in the Highlands there, as we call it in Canada here, the Columbia ice fields, and this is where I was here. This is the video of me up in the Columbia ice fields, and yeah, we had a pretty fun time up there. It was epic, absolutely epic. But the second time we were up there, there were so many people up there, unbelievable. And you'll just have little areas up there in the mountains where you have a little bit of cell reception. So yeah, it's when you get to that area, and then you have so many tourists. And we got there, there were just literally thousands of tourists that showed up, and yeah, it was crappy cell to where we were in and out there. A little bit of cell, and then we went to with my avatar and stuff like that. People were in my chatting, whatever, talking about Railroaded and stuff like that. Let's see, I can't hear anything. Tommy's being kidnapped. Yeah, Philip Drummond says that. What did Sandy Foster say there? Railroaded, hope the deck got done. So yeah, so I guess I might be right that that RV is with SW now, maybe back in Edmonton is the latest that I heard. So that's probably what happened. Time Brett out, D. He's a communist. No, leave Brett alone. Leave Brett alone. 12th man. D, don't touch Brett. Nobody touch Brett in my chat. Just leave. Brett is I try and be, kind to Brett. Brett has his own views. You know what he has to say. He's like, but be careful, Brett. Don't be on that Palestinian Israel rant in my chat there. If you can, please leave that to your own chat and just come on in here and say hi to everyone and be nice and whatever. There you go. Just Me says, I think the leaders that want other lands should fight to the death. Yeah, right, exactly. That's what they're doing. That's what they are doing, and that's not good. Hey, we got Leo in there. Leo, good to see you. Check out Leo's channel. If anybody can drop a link if you have your own channel on the go, there's a Leo saying hello to us. Check out Leo's channel if you drop a link. ! Link if you want to drop a link to my channel. I don't even know how many people are watching here right now. Oh, I got about 75 people on the different platforms watching here. I don't know how many people are watching on YouTube. Probably, over 40 people. So things are building up here. There we go. Brett says, let's see, being here for a week and everything has been good. Even super chat Tommy a couple times. Thank you very much, by the way. Everyone that super chatted me, Brett did, and a few other people. We appreciate that. And just leave Brett alone. Don't put him in the tank or ban him or do anything. If I ever see him in the tank, I'll drop him out of there. By the way, if you're banned in my chat, I'm not going in there and taking you out. You're going to be staying in the chat there for a long, long time. I'm sick and tired of, pulling everybody out, and then they start doxing again. And usually if people are in the tank, it's because they were doxing me. So shame on you for doxing and causing trouble in my chat and, stuff like that. Yeah. Let's see what other chat things here looks pretty good. D and 12th man are going hard against Brett there. I see Brett. Get on board with anyone dogpiling ABD. Yeah. Don't dogpile ABD either. Leave her alone. We heard what happened. We don't know if that's true or not true. It's the internet lore. So, we need to move on from stuff like that. Except for Lion Roars there. Lion Roars does not like Brett, and he's bringing that back up there again from that old thing there. Yeah, these things happen. No one wants these wars except the people making money off both sides. Yeah, exactly. You know, with the Americans, they don't want to get involved in the war, but they're certainly manufacture the machinery and all the rest of that, you know. Oh, hang on here. We've got Super Chat coming in here. I just see the Super Chat. I don't know for sure who it is that's Super Chatting, but let me see. It is coming in from 12th Man. Big ups there, 12th Man.
Fuck all the fucking way off.
Hang on. Wrong button. Yeah. 12th Man. Thanks a lot for that Super Chat. We got a $5 Super Chat coming in from 12th Man up there in Off-Grid, Alaska. Check out the 12th Man channel there, by the way. Drop exclamation art link. 12th Man, make sure you drop a link to your channel there so people can check you out, because I know that once in a while you're doing things up there in Alaska, and you got to do more stuff in Alaska. I want to see you, you know, sitting outside and showing us your off-grid operation there, solar panel, trailer, you know, all kind of stuff that's going on there. When you make a trip, do a little side trip to pick up some groceries and stuff like that, you know. We like to see stuff like that. Free Speech 420 says, using person's real name is just encouraging trouble. Exactly. It doesn't make you cool, and it also doesn't make you a troll, but it's a cheap shot, no matter who's being doxxed. The golden rule: do unto others what you would want them do unto you. But you know who the people are that do stuff like that is the people think that they're, oh, I'm above the law, or, you know, it's not illegal, you know. It doesn't matter if it's illegal. They're doing it so that other people will do nefarious things, so that you'll expose that person to worse people than you, okay? Even though you might not call the police and send the police over and SWAT somebody, if somebody else finds out where that guy is or where he lives or stuff like that, then that leaves that person open to some other idiot on the internet. And believe me, there are a lot of crazy people out there on the internet that do some pretty stupid things, you know that. And eventually it comes down to people getting, you know, swatted and stuff like that. Because really, this is the way it is. You call people names, first of all. That's the first thing. So and really, when have I called you guys a name other than you're a troll? You know, I've never said anything to you guys. You know, you guys like to dox me for me doing nothing to you. You know, I've said this over and over on the internet. I like peace. I like to make peace. I like to be nice to you. It doesn't matter if you're a lefty or whether you're a righty or far righty or a far lefty or whatever. I don't like to, you know, call you names and stuff like that. I will absolutely call out what you do, okay? Because if you're doing stupid stuff, well, that's all upon you. You know, you're the one that does that kind of stuff. I like to be friends with everybody, and I've said that over and over and over again on my broadcast. You guys have heard that. I try and be friends with people, not enemies. I don't like to make enemies with anybody. Everybody is my friend. Right? Even if you have been the worst person in the world to me, like Pooh Scissors, I can still be your friend. Even if you've sent me a Christmas card in the mail directly to my house with my address on it, I will still be your friend. You know, people know that out there. You know, I try and be nice to people. And you know, even if you or rip me off for whatever, you know, tons and tons of money, I will still try and be friends with you. Like, really, honestly, I try and be friends with everybody because, you know, I just want to have a happy life, and I don't want somebody coming over to my house with a gun and blowing my head off. You know, like, honestly, do you understand that concept? Right? I try and be friends with people because I like to be alive. I don't like to be blown away by some idiot out there that has some vendetta against me because I ripped them off for 2 cents or something like that, or said something on the internet that he didn't like, you know. Oh, yeah. So, but, you know, you guys, on the other hand, you're just the most despicable people in the world that really enjoy tearing people down, ripping people down, being disparaging, calling people names, calling people fat, calling people potato heads, and all kind of shit like that, you know, and saying that somebody is doing some sexual thing to somebody else or whatever. You know, that's what you guys do. Like, all day long, you sit there and tear people down and call people names like ball bag and shit like like that. You know, like, it's absolutely ridiculous. You are the bad people in this world. You there sitting in your mom's basement on that keyboard trying to be a keyboard warrior, you know, you're the bad guy. Everybody else, like me, hey, we're just trying to be nice, trying to lead a beautiful life and have a fun day. And at the end of the day, you know, if you are a nice person, you will succeed in life. If you are like absolutely berserk and off the handle and stuff like that, you will not succeed in life, because you will have so many enemies in this life that you'll be looking behind your back all the time like, holy shit, who's that? You know, I can't even walk down a back alley without having somebody following me and trying to start a fight with me and this kind of stuff. You know, you have to be nice to people, because when you're nice, then you have rewards. The world, the earth, whatever, you know, even if you don't believe in God, the what does Queenie call him there? He will be nice to you, okay? You don't even have to believe in God, okay? You can be an atheist, right? Even if an atheist is nice to somebody else, then somebody else will be nice to them, right? You receive whatever you give out to people, okay? You understand that concept? And that's the way this world is. So try and be nice to people, and even you will get a $5 super chat from 12 Man, right? Because 12 Man, you're giving me a super chat because you like me. If you hated me and I had a hate channel where I was hating people all day, you probably wouldn't give me a super chat. But I appreciate that from anybody out there that gives me a super chat. It really makes me feel good, and it makes me want to go live again and show you guys more about what the hell is going on here. And for anybody that's followed me for a little bit of time, you understand that I'm here for fun, right? I'm here for fun. I'm here to have fun, and I'm here to have a good time, and I'm not here to rag on people and make other people feel bad and call people predators and stuff like that, you know, like that's just plain craziness. So if you're sitting there calling people predators all day long, shame on you. Shame on you. You're not doing anybody in the world any kind of a favor. Yeah, and there you go. Was a shooting close to your house. There was a, not a shooting, but a pepper spray. There was a pepper spray close to my house here where somebody got pepper sprayed. So that did happen. Hang on. Let me have a little drink here. Hang on. Stand by. I love oil and gas. There we go. Appreciate that. Just Me 11. Thank you very much for that $5 super chat. You are the greatest, along with 12 Man. Just Me and 12 Man is sponsoring the Tommy Temper Show here today. Thank you very much. And Brett Boyle, thanks a lot for that super chat. Anybody else that super chatted me and I didn't see it there on my last stream, I appreciate that. Really, honestly, it makes my day. Makes me want to go live again. And give you guys my take on the world events out there. You see that where we do that, and we try and give our spin on the stories. You know, and really, honestly, and then I see people go, oh, it's just Tommy on there giving misinformation again. No, when I'm, going over the news stories, the news reports of what's happening in the world, it's not me giving, well, of course it's giving my spin on what's happening, absolutely, but I'm just reporting the news. When I pull stories up off the internet, those are just stories off the internet, not misinformation. SW, hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, SW, what's happening there? Is RV like out of the RR situation? And I saw that you and him were live. So is he back in Edmonton? Where's RV there today? He didn't say hi in the chat there today. Barbara Walters in the house. Hey, good to see you. He's great in the sack too. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know what's going on there. With that situation. I think they're just friends, Barbara. They're just friends, okay? So don't try and start internet lore or internet hysteria. Yeah, SW is a good person, just being a helping hand and making sure that the laundry is done and that the hair is nicely trimmed, you know, stuff like that. Just me. Tommy, I think you're a cool guy. Just me. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'll give myself a pat on the back. You know, I run that that song at the beginning there. It says, Tommy Temper, you're a great guy. I didn't write the words to that one. I didn't. That was the internet. You know, I said, write a song about Tommy Temper. So the artificial intelligence scoured all of my videos, you know, and then came up with that song, you know. So, hey, who am I to say that I'm not a great guy? I try and be a great guy. That's funny that AI thinks I'm a great guy and they made a song about me. You know, like, listen to it here. Like, honestly, AI did this song.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen,
honestly.
Alberta's pride. Hey, ho!
You know, like, listen. Oriental James Simpson. In the house.
Out in Alberta where the Rockies rise, Tommy Temper streaming with fire in his eyes, from a lake house glowing in the moonlight's gleam. He's the YouTube king of the widest streams. Oh, Tommy Temper, you're a great guy, battling trolls with a spark in your eye.
Yeah,
Conspiracy
you know.
theories, politics and fun, streaming from the Rockies, you're second to none. Hot tub bubbling under starlit skies.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to give you guys that hot tub video pretty soon. Pretty soon we'll do the video out of the hot tub there. Thanks a lot, Oriental James Simpson, there for that kind words out there. Canada RV in the house there, saying yes. That's SW's there. So you're out of that picture there. Well, you know, I sent you a big tip. That tip that I sent you was huge. So, you know, but on the other hand, if you're in Edmonton, you know, hey, you might be looking for something. Edmonton is a pretty big city and it's got lots of things going on there. So maybe you might want to check out what's going on in Edmonton. So we'll see what's going on there. But good to see you in there. But good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. Hopefully you're having fun traveling and whatever. I don't know what's going on between you and Railroaded there, but I guess I'll probably find out at some point in the future. But yeah, is that the intro to the Full House? Yeah, pretty much the intro. Get a bigger name, J6. Yeah, exactly. We got 1090 frames per second in the house. Hey, 1090. Good to see you. Sounds like a boy band, yeah. Backstreet Boys. The Backstreet Boys doing their thing. I like my intro for nighttime, though. Like, I really like this one here. It's like, you know, and I don't do a nighttime show. Tommy Temper After Dark is what I call it. But we have a nighttime show. If you ever watch... you know, Coast to Coast or something like that. I do a show on aliens and, you know, Sasquatch and all kind of stuff like that. But mostly aliens and UFOs, UAP, stuff like that. Oh, hang on. That's not the one. This is it
From
here.
the shadowed foothills of the Alberta Rocky Mountains.
I like this.
Where the pines stand silent under star-filled skies. And the peaks hide secrets older than time itself. This is Tommy Temper, After Dark.
Woo!
Good evening, or good morning, wherever the darkness finds you tonight across this vast, strange world of ours.
It's crazy. Listen up. Be scared.
We're coming to you live from a place where the veil is thin. Where UFOs drift silently above the tree line. Where UAPs blink in and out of radar. Where where the whispers of aliens, the occult, ghost, Bigfoot, cryptids, and things that should not be still walk among us.
Oh, yeah. Late Night with Tommy Temper. But you're asleep. You're going to miss it.
Tonight, we open the lines. We open the mind.
Oh, yeah. It's a great show.
We step once again into the unknown. No topic is too strange. No story too wild. No corner too far out on the edge. So pull up a chair
Not
and
food.
fire.
Foot picks, Brett.
Pour something strong.
Oh, no.
If it helps.
Yeah, exactly.
Join us as we
George Norrie has nothing on me. Yeah. Anyways, that's the intro song to my Tommy Temper at night when we do the. Is that Pat Benatar? Yeah. I don't know who it is singing that. That's AI. AI generated song there for my Tommy Temper After Dark show, where we're into cryptids and UAPs, UFOs, aliens, and things that are nonsensical like that. Which do I believe in that stuff? I don't disbelieve. I go like, I'll believe it when I see it, put it that way. I'll talk about it, we'll show it, we'll do it, whatever. Mama Red, good to see you in there. But, hey, I like stuff like that. It's like intriguing. It's interesting. It's like pretty cool. But a lot of you are like sleeping by that time because I usually do those shows after midnight. And after midnight, I don't have a huge audience. There's not as many people watching. But, yeah, we like to have fun doing that kind of stuff. So look forward to that. In the future, we'll be doing more of the After Dark videos showing you the UAPs and UFOs. Because there's always new information being dropped by the American government. The U.S., that's great. There's all kind of shots from F-16 fighter planes and stuff like that of unknown UAP things in the dark. And almost every month there's a new drop of information coming from the government. So, that's why it's, and also other people everywhere in the world, everyone has a cell phone camera now. So more people are out there just plain taking shots of all kind of stuff. Well, and then there's also the crap that people are producing with AI. AI has actually ruined the UFO industry, if I can call it that, because, when in the old days, it used to be just a grainy black and white photograph or something. And you go, yeah, well, they can't fake that. And then they came out with, draw and stuff like that, where you can manipulate a photograph or even make a fake photograph. And you'd be able to say that looks like garbage. But nowadays you have artificial intelligence where the stuff that they're coming up with looks real, looks really real. So it's really, really hard to tell the fake stuff, the AI stuff, from the real videos. And you have drones now. Like, so many drones are out there now, and it's like some kind of a blinking light. The guy takes a video of a blinking light going by his house or something, and it's like, oh, look at UFO. No, it's just some guy flying a drone in your neighborhood there. Like, get real. Oh, hang on. I had my regimen of pills here. Hang on. Oh, I forgot one pill here. Hang on. Let me take this one here. Well, it's not a pill. It's a vitamin. Hang on. I forgot this one here. I got my little pill here. It's not a pill. It's a vitamin. It's a vitamin. So I forgot this one vitamin that I took my regimen of vitamins, but this one here I forgot. So let me take it. Need that water. There. Now I'm feeling a little bit better after taking that one there. That one was the That one was that was a mineral. Okay, that one was a mineral. So quit it in the chat there, because I know Troy in there. You know, the last time Troy was in there and he accused me of taking something else there, but that wasn't that. You know. Oh, Steve went camping. Oh, Steve. Oh, you went camping. Your stream had everything. Oh, RV full of ooh. Come on, Steve, be nice in the chat. You guys accuse everybody else of doing all kind of stuff there. I saw one as a kid walking along the Columbia ice fields. No joke. What did you see? A UFO, or something there along the Columbia ice fields. Wow, amazing that would happen. Amazing. Yeah, I didn't see anything. I was parked along the Columbia ice fields there for a while, and I never saw anything like that. Here's the video. And the reason that you don't see any UFOs, UAPs, or in fact, I didn't even see a Sasquatch up there. You might see, what do they call it? Abominable snowman. You might see something like that up there because it's so cold up there. And by the way, we actually camped overnight 3.5 kilometers from the Columbia ice fields. And believe me, when you camp that high up in the mountains, it gets cold at night, absolute cold at night. And my little camper van there, we didn't figure out how to turn on the heater for nighttime at that point. So we had no heat, no nothing. We thought, oh yeah, we're camping here. It's going to be nice. We don't need anything, because where you're camping down in the lowland, it's actually nice on a nice sunny day. But when you're camping like this, when it's cloudy, inclement, and you're like just 3 kilometers away from the Columbia ice fields, where the ice is, big flows of ice up there, and high in the mountains and snow in the mountains and stuff like that, it gets freaking cold at nighttime there. So we froze our asses off at nighttime. I didn't even wake up to start the motor or whatever, but in fact, it was so cold, because I usually don't, I hate to talk about myself, but I usually don't sleep with much for clothing on at nighttime. So I just had my shorts on, my underwear on. But I took off my T-shirt and I wasn't wearing anything, so I was like naked, from my waist up, and naked from the bottom of my shorts down. And in the middle of the night, I was just freezing, and so I had to get up and throw my T-shirt on. But I didn't put my pants on, so my legs are just freezing cold. And I'm just too lazy to get up and start the motor on the frickin' thing. So we just froze there that one night where we were sleeping by the glaciers there. Yeah. Otherwise, back here, we're back down to a little bit lower altitude. And this is nice here, where you can actually sleep with your windows open and stuff like that. Beautiful night, especially if it's nice sunny, because then the sun comes up at like 6 a.m. and starts beating down on your vehicle and warming it back up again, and it only gets down to about 15 degrees Celsius at nighttime. So here it's actually nice, but up there in the mountains, though, holy crap, it gets really I never tested my furnace. Well, I don't know. I didn't think that I would need it. I didn't think it would get that cold. I didn't. And, we finally figured out that I've got a little switch. There's actually, the way it works is I have a propane tank. Most of my little van works on electricity, right? Like it's got and also there's a generator, right? So I can start the generator to start the electricity, and then you got to start the inverter, and then you got 110, right? So you can run the microwave, or there's a little, in fact, it doesn't even have a propane burner in it. It's got like one of these elements on it, the heater elements. It's not even one where if you put your hand on it, it's hot. It's like I forget what the hell you have. You have to have a special pot in order for it to heat the pot up, whatever. But I haven't even used that thing yet. And there's all these different things. And I'm in the learning process with that thing, because it's so high tech with everything in there. So we didn't even ever use the heater ever. And we tried using the heater in a plug-in situation in a campground where we had 110 volts. And it didn't work there. And I'm thinking, well, isn't this a 110 furnace in this thing? Because the other trailer that I had, it had a furnace that operates off of 110, and you have an electric heater in it, right, for 110. And when you're off grid, you use the propane, that sort of thing. But this one here, apparently the furnace is only propane. But on the other hand, on one night that we did use the furnace, and that was the last night that we were camping. That was last night. Oh no, not last night, but the night before that, where we were in rustic camping. And by the way, in Alberta, if you find a rustic campground, there's no fee because there's nobody there to collect any money from you. It just says rustic camping, Alberta lands, right? If you see that on a sign, that means you're not gonna have to pay for camping, and that's where you want to find those places. Now, they're not always like in between Edmonton and Calgary. No, you're not going to find them there. You're not going to find it between Edmonton and Lloydminster, for example. But when you're in those mountainous areas, like and not in the parks either, you're not going to find them in the parks, because when you're in the parks, they want to charge you $28 a night for rustic camping. There's no electricity, there's no water hookup, there's no sewer hookup, although you might find a water tap somewhere there. But if you're in Alberta lands and you're somewhere close to the Rocky Mountains, that's where you find these rustic camping. And I saw a bunch of them there, right, in between Rocky Mountain House and where you get to the provincial park border. There's a whole bunch of rustic camping grounds, and that's where we stayed, and they were like free, and it was pretty cool. Right where we parked, there was a bubbling brook coming right out of the ground. It was like a spring right where we were at, a spring right where we camped, which was pretty cool. And then a little ways away, like we were talking like 50 feet away, was the river, where you had river water going down. So you had the spring feeding into the river, and the spring, I don't know how it got there. No idea where that spring water came from, but nice crystal clear water coming into that spring. And that was on this Alberta Lands rustic camping, right? So yeah, it was like a lot of fun staying there, and you could stay there for a long time. But the problem is you don't have any power hookup, water hookup, sewer hookup, nothing like that. So, but they did have where you could walk to a outhouse. They did have a government outhouse there with no toilet paper. You had to bring your own toilet paper, so you have to remember that. Always bring toilet paper with you. Otherwise, your rustic camping is not going to work out well for you. But it was more than a weekend. I don't even know what day we left, but we were gone there for about 4 or 5 days. We made it from Sylvan Lake up to Rocky Mountain House through Nordegg, up to the parks area, right in the very center. We entered into the Banff National Park. Then we went north up to the Columbia Ice Fields, and then from there we went north to the town of Jasper. We were in Jasper for a couple of days, and then we went to Mayette Hot Springs, up to the Hot Springs. They were a fun time. And there was this little bird at the hot springs, and the lifeguard said, don't feed the bird dead flies, because on the hot spring, flies land on the hot springs, in the water, whatever. There's some dead flies, and they're not very many, but apparently people were feeding dead flies to the little bird. And I don't know. Oh, it was a cowbird. And the cowbird was not afraid of anybody. It was like, jumping around where we were there, looking for some potato chips or something else that somebody put on the ground there, or where somebody was. But the lifeguard actually says, "Okay, attention everyone. We've got this special bird here. It's a cowbird, and we don't want anyone feeding the cowbird dead flies, and because this is our friendly bird, it's been here for quite a while, and we don't want you feeding the wildlife, even though the wildlife eats dead flies, that what else is, but the bird was always around there for the whole time that we were there. But apparently this cowbird lands on cows, and they named the bird Maggie the cowbird, right? The bird actually had a name, and it looked a little bit larger than a sparrow, I would say, like about maybe twice the size of a sparrow, something like that. And it kind of looked like a sparrow, kind of brown in color, a cowbird. But apparently this cowbird normally lands on a cow and then pecks the insects, eats the insects off a cow. So it's like it has a symbiotic relationship with the cow, that kind of a thing. So yeah, we learned all about the Maggie the cowbird. So yeah. Yeah, that's the story that I have to say about the Myatt Hot Springs. The hot springs were absolutely therapeutic because Uncle John fell down at the Sunwapta Falls, because we were at Sunwapta Falls, where the water rushes down through a gorge and makes a huge noise and whatever, and it's like spectacular. And I did a vertical video on that, a short video. If you look at my short videos, you'll see a video at Sunwapta Falls. And Uncle John was walking up the steep incline there, and he tripped over some roots and fell down. He was on his belly there on the ground, and he gashed his arm right here. And when we went to those hot springs, man, and you're soaking in the water, it healed right up. It was like therapeutic, right? The sulfur in that water is so therapeutic, but it dries out your skin though, because holy jeez, I looked at my arm after the hot springs there the next day, and it was like, it looked like white, like the skin on my arm here was kind of white and whatever, like it was flaking. So if you have like dandruff or something like that, you're going to have massive dandruff after that being in the hot springs. But yeah, it was so nice. And they had 3 different kind of pools there. They had the kiddies pool, which was kind of moderately hot, and then they had the adult pool, which was quite hot, where you could only stay in there for about 10 minutes. And then they had a couple of smaller pools that were cold water, where people were jumping into and stuff like that. And it was a great time, good time up there. We tried to actually stay up there, but all they had was cabins. And let's see, for a single room, good for 2 people, it was like $290 a night. And then they had a cabin, and it was like about $500 and some dollars a night, where you could probably sleep about 6 people in, something like that. So we kind of inquired, and we thought, well, what if we, because we had 5 people with me, because my wife met up with me at that time. So we had my wife, myself, my 2 kids, and Uncle John with us. So we thought, well, what if we just rented a room, and my wife and I stayed in that, and my kids and Uncle John stayed in the van. And they said, no, you can't camp, no camping, you can't stay for something like that, because it's a national park, and they don't allow something like that. So we said, okay, well, we're just gonna vamoose out of here and head back to Jasper. And we found a great place to stay in the town of Jasper, that I'm not really going to comment on exactly where we were. But yeah, lots of stuff going on in the town of Jasper. Jasper burnt half of the town of Jasper basically burnt to the ground. So, and when I was there 2 years ago, it was black, and all the stuff that was burnt was still there. And the forest around Jasper was all burnt, and the ground was burnt, and it smelled like smoke. It smelled like massive smoke, because right after a major fire, that's all you smell is smoke. Even when there's not smoke in the air, it still smells like fire. They're like there was a fire. But 2 years later, everywhere where there's where the trees were, the trees are still there. They're standing there, and they're all burnt to a crisp. But on the ground, the grass kind of covered up whatever the burnt was on the ground, and it was about 2 to 3 feet of a tall grass in amongst all of these standing trees that were burnt. Let me see if I can actually bring you a video about that. I think I might have posted a video on my stream here. Stand by us for half a second here so that I can maybe bring up a short here. Oh yeah, actually, here's one right here. This might be a shot here. Hang on. Be a shot here. Oops, hang on. Oh, can you actually stop this? That's not even the video. Okay, here it is here. Just let me bring this up. if I could move it in here. Okay, here we go. And let me bring it up here. I don't know why there's no video here. I guess there should be. But anyways, I'm just saying, there you can see. Oh, and actually you can't see the land that much. Hang on. Hang on. Let me just adjust this up a little bit here so you can see the bottom of it here. Okay. Yeah, this is an example of the view here. And you can see that there's grass on the ground now. But this is right in the town of Jasper. This is in the town of Jasper right here. And, you know, CBC, I was listening to CBC radio. This was funny, you know, and the CBC was talking about Jasper, right? And CB said, well, actually, after the fire, it's actually better. It's better after the fire here, because after the fire, with all the burnt out trees, you can see the mountains there now. So, yeah, I did a video here saying, yeah, exactly. With all the burnt out trees, it's actually nicer because you can see the mountain. So, yeah, there you go. There's the mountain. That's actually Pyramid Mountain that I'm taking a video of right there. Right at the very top of that peak, you can see the chalet, or the, what do you call it? The top, maybe like the top of the cable car or something, or some little building at the top of Pyramid Mountain. But there's a cable car that goes to the top of that mountain. But it is still devastating there because the trees are all burnt out. Like, look at that. They're still standing, but there's no leaves on the trees. They're just burnt. That's all burnt. All those trees are burnt. And they're all standing around there. And it is just a shame what happened to that town. But anyways, yeah, the whole town, half of the town burnt. The south edge of the town. Luckily, well, I shouldn't say luckily, but most of what burnt was residential, right? So you had motels, you had a gas station, you had just a ton of houses, you had a church, and there were like, you know, like a handful of commercial businesses that burned to the ground. And when I got there this time around, the amount of construction that is going on in that town is phenomenal. I saw probably 3 or 4 cranes there building larger buildings. I don't know whether they're going to be mid-rise buildings or whatever, but probably motels and stuff like that. You had just a ton of houses being built. You had the businesses that were decimated or being rebuilt. And it's funny because most of the businesses survived, but there were a few businesses that did burn to the ground or burned partially. And it took a worker bee of workers and you know, vehicles and all kind of different tradesmen and whatever running around doing all kind of construction work and whatever. They had set up places where people could live, like temporary housing, lots of trailers and stuff like that set up. And that's what I saw in the town of Jasper this time around. So they are going hard. Apparently, there's approximately close to $1 billion being pumped into Jasper by both the Alberta government and the federal government to rebuild what's going on in Jasper. So just a ton of government money going back in there. So yeah, if you're looking for a job, because of the fact that you've got $1 billion of government money, approximately, allegedly, yeah, if you want a job, if you want a temporary job, if you want a job, there's a ton, the construction will be going on there for literally years. Okay, it's not just, you know, 1 month or 6 months or something like that. But that construction will be going on for a long time. There's still lots of things that haven't even gotten started there. That are just a hole in the ground or just a level lot or something like that. So they're going to be rebuilding there for a long time. So yeah, you definitely, if you're looking for a good job, and you're looking for cheap accommodation, because you can either stay in where they have trailers and stuff like that, and I'm not sure what it costs to do that, or you can go into campgrounds, and they have special campgrounds set up where you know, people that are working there can stay in those work campground type sites. They have those things set up. So yeah, lots of stuff like that going on in Jasper. We saw that, and that was pretty cool. I will have to say that only $28 a night, for off grid, no hookups. Sandy Foster, no hookups at all. You had a campfire. It was primitive camping. There was a water tap, like down the road from where we were camped, so you could at least fill up, a bucket of water or fill up your water in your trailer or whatever, stuff like that. And I believe they did have a sewer dump there too at the place that I stayed up. And that was the one that was 3.5 kilometers from Columbia ice fields. So it was super cold there at nighttime. But it was $28 to stay at the primitive in the park campground. That's what it was. But one thing I will say, and that is normally Parks Canada charges you an arm and a leg to get into the park, and Mark Harney waived the fee to get into the park. So there was no charge. There wasn't even anybody at the wicket where there's normally somebody sitting there, getting your money. It was just closed the place where they get your money at the entrance of the park. At least at the one we went through, which was coming from Rocky Mountain House towards the parks, going west to the parks. So yeah, they didn't give you anything. They didn't ask for anything, but you'd be able to go in there. But it was, I think it's Mark Carney trying to buy your vote, right? You know how the government goes, oh yeah, today go into the parks, or this summer go into the parks for free because, we need your vote, that kind of a thing. So it's more of a vote buying type situation. That's what's going on. That's what we saw. And, it was a great time. Great time. I would recommend that people go there. But it was loaded. Everywhere we went was loaded with people, loaded with tourists, loaded with foreigners. People from Japan were there. People from all kind of countries. Germany. People hiking. People from Europe. People are still flocking to the mountains there, to Banff, Jasper, and that corridor and whatever. Just tons and tons of tour buses filled with people. I've been going to the mountains since I've been a young person. And definitely more people there than I have ever seen before in my life. So it is inundated with people to the point that it is super, super, super hard to get anywhere to camp anywhere around the town of Jasper. They have like a Snaring River campsite. It was completely full. Snaring River overflow campsite. It was completely full. When we were just down the road from Mayat Hot Springs, it was completely full. Nowhere to park, and and then they give you a ticket if you park somewhere in park. Like if you stop in, I got a parking ticket in the town of Jasper because I parked where at the end of the block there was a sign that said resident parking only, and I didn't see that, and I parked in the middle of the block, right? And I look around both directions. I don't even see one sign anywhere along the whole block that said anything, but there was a little sign right at the stop sign at the end of the block that said resident parking. So we were there for the whole day. I parked there, and we got a ticket for what the hell was it? Something like $165, something like that. No, or was it just $65? $65 parking ticket. So it wasn't too bad. Let's face it, you spend in Sylvan Lake here, you spend $40 just to park in Sylvan Lake. So to get a parking ticket for $65, I can't really complain about that. We'll pay that. And that was our cost for parking. Philip Drummond in the house. Hey, Philip, good to see you. Good to see you. Just talking about our trip to the mountains. Happy day when your leak down test average is only 15%. Wow. Gearheads will understand. Oh, leak down test. Okay. Sounds good. You got a leak down, Troy? Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, these things happen, but what can we say? NHRA, weekend was cool. Hey, good to see you guys were watching that, having fun. The old NHRA stuff going on right now, this time of the year where stuff like that is great. Brett Boyle. Glad to see Troy has 85% control over his bladder leakage. Yeah, exactly. I know what you mean there. No, I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know. I don't experience that kind of a thing. So I got to be careful what I say here, because otherwise the inference will be taken by the chat. Chat has no remorse. They'll pick up on every little thing that you say and repeat it, over somewhere else, Clothing optional in the hot springs. No, everyone was wearing clothing. But I will say that there was this Filipino lady who was only wearing a T-shirt. And you know what happens to a T-shirt when it gets wet, So there was a little bit of a wet T-shirt contest going on there at the hot springs, I'll have to say. And I looked and I thought, oh my God. And she's kind of walking around like this, She's walking around, trying to cover up her breasts there, because obviously I think she knew that the see-through T-shirt was not doing a good job of protecting the view of her breasts. So yeah, that was funnier than hell, And rather than go and spend the $5 or $7.50, I think it was $7.50 or something, for a bikini or a bathing suit for a government issued swimming suit, she preferred to wear the wet T-shirt there, and it was pretty funny because she was sitting right beside us there. It was hilarious. I nudged my wife like that, and I go, "Hey, look at that." No, I didn't do that. I said, "Honey, I'm not looking. Notice that I'm not even looking. I didn't notice anything, right? So I don't want to get in hell for that, okay?" Luckily, my wife doesn't watch me on YouTube here, so, but anyways, in case she does, I'll say that I didn't see anything. I just happened to glance, and just a slight glance was enough for me, But definitely she knew what was going on, and all the guys knew what was going on. But yeah, it was not clothing optional. Absolutely was not clothing optional. Yeah, Brett is saying the exceptionalism ideology being projected by the separatists. What, the separatists? You mean guys like me wearing the hat that says Alberta independence? Alberta isn't the richest province in Canada. We do need imports from other provinces and country. No, well, of course, nobody's saying that we don't need imports. It's not like we become a separate province and all of a sudden we don't need imports. We pay money for imports, and we still can import stuff from other provinces. That stuff still happens. We don't have everything here. And are we the richest province? It doesn't matter whether we're the richest province in Canada or not. It doesn't matter. You could go, well, Ontario is the richest province. Well, maybe, but you know what? Alberta is sending money to Ontario, so maybe they're the richest province, but they still need Alberta money. Oh, what about Quebec? Are they the richest province? Well, we send money, billions of dollars every year to Quebec. Are they the richest province? Well, maybe they are, because they leave everything in the ground. They don't extract any of their minerals, and they end up extracting money out of Alberta oil sands. That's what they do, But we could be amongst the richest countries in the world if we did become a country. You have to say, yeah, okay, that's true, Tommy Temper. Yeah, and I don't mind, promoting Alberta independence because it puts a little buzz in the federalist butt, thinking that, what, we better treat Alberta with respect. We better treat Alberta better. We better throw out equalization and quit trying to extract money from Alberta. But they're not doing that. Carney is actually saying that he's not going to do that because he doesn't want to get rid of these carbon taxes, the corporate carbon taxes and stuff like that, because he still has that stuff on the go. And, he's even wanting to come up with higher carbon taxes. And all that is it's an absolute extraction of money directly from the province of Alberta into the government coffers to go, nobody knows where that money goes, into the abyss of carbon. And also to extract money from Alberta businesses to spend on machines that are going to capture carbon and divert them into the ground is completely ridiculous, and it's a waste of money from Alberta, okay? Like, we know it, and for those reasons alone, those are great reasons for Alberta independence, get away from the federal government from ripping us off. You guys know that. I know that. We all know that. You know, we don't have to even debate that, right? Thoughts are with the people of Vernon and in BC, crazy fires. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. Let me look here. Let's see if what is it? BC. Maybe it's in BC. Fires in BC or something like that. Let me just see. Let's come up with those ones here. Yeah, and people are actually witnessing those fires with videos that they're taking on from boats and stuff like that on the Okanagan lakes out there. Here's one right here that we can look at. In British Columbia, we're seeing sites like this where you're seeing lake shore houses being burnt to the ground by the fires over there in Vernon, around Vernon and the Okanagan areas there. A good friend sent this to my husband. These are cabins and homes along the West Side Road in Vernon, BC. He was evacuated from his cabin last night. Another friend posted that they lost their cabin last night due to the fire. SIL lives in that area and could soon be evacuated again. Lots of stuff happening in Vernon and the Okanagan. Fires burning like crazy there. Homes going up in smoke, roasting happening, just absolute craziness. And meanwhile, in Vancouver, BC, what are they doing there? In Vancouver, they've got this kind of action happening. Like, come on, you guys. Jeez, what's the matter with you? You know, like, this is what they deem as LG entertainment going on there. Like, this is British Columbia. This is children's entertainment. Children's entertainment in British Columbia, Canada. All I can say is, what do you think of this? Cannabis Rex and Sandy Foster. What do you think of this? Not good. That's funny that popped up in there. I did a quick search for BC, trying to find something on BC fires, and instead that popped in there. Not good. Not good at all. But anyways, you got the fires going on there, and it's pretty bad, devastating. Lots of stuff gone there. Let's see. There's this one here, forest fire, Vernon, BC. Here's a land shot of what's going on there. People are trying to drive on the roads there, and you got fires burning right on the side of the roads. It is freaking devastating there. I've actually driven in fires like this where there's fires burning on both sides of the road. Looked like that, and it really is terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible breathing in the smoke. It's terrible with the heat that you get off of those fires on the sides of the road. And unbelievable here, this video of somebody going into an area that if I knew that was happening, I wouldn't be in that road. But sometimes you're trapped in an area where that fire is blowing towards you, and the only way out is to drive out through a road like that where the fires are burning like crazy. Unfrickin' believable. We have to say prayers for those people in Vernon, BC, and also Spokane, Washington, where you guys had fires down there in the States, which we went over that earlier on my show here. But this is just terrible what's going on here. Holy moly. Unfrickin' believable. Yeah, thanks for that heads up there, Brett, on that one. Thoughts for the people. Thoughts. I noticed that you didn't say prayers because you're atheist. You're saying thoughts with the people of Vernon and British Columbia. That's a little video from that there. Unbelievable what's going on there. Holy jeez. Carney has given $520 million to Jasper to repair the damages of fire. Jobs. Like I say, Sandy Foster, if you want a job, head to Jasper. That's all I saw was, and it's hard to get people to work in Jasper because it's away from the big cities, If you want a job in Jasper, well, you want to come there with your camper, your trailer or whatever, and show up there, and you be prepared to live in your camper or whatever for a while until you can get into the temporary housing that they have there. Absolutely, Sandy. For a guy like RV, it would be the place. If I was him, I would be heading there. Because you'd be able to probably camp there for free if you said that you were a contractor, and if you applied for a few places, go there and just look at who's doing the work, talk to the superintendents on the job, ask them what companies are working there, apply for a job, tell them what you can do, and you could probably be camping in Jasper and hooking up and whatever. No hookups. I would be looking for a hotel pretty quick. No, when you're working, when you're there at the work campsites, there are actually hookups for power. There's hookups for power, and there's also water available, water taps and stuff like that. There may not be sewer hookups and water hookups for your vehicle, but there absolutely is power plug-in 110 and 15, no, what do they call it? 30 amp plugins for that stuff there. Yeah, if there's a water tap, that's okay. And there's also a bathroom. There's a portable or, camp supplied bathrooms. I took a look at those places there. We drove around there and saw what was going on there. Yeah, exactly. What's that? Don't teach my boys to be cheap. Yeah, exactly. I do work, Brett says, I do try and work. I try and get a life and stop worrying about mine, which you clearly know nothing about. Yeah, exactly. Bad fires going on there anyways in Vernon area. And that's right on the Lake Okanagan, I believe, is where some of those videos are taking. Sandy says Parks Canada sites, including national parks, historic sites, and marine conservation areas, are free to visit. Oh, yeah, you can go to a lot of places, like Sunwapta Falls, for example, where we were. There's no charge for any of that kind of stuff. There's lots of things that you can actually see in the national parks, and not everything got burnt out. Like, for example, Jasper, the fire started 30 kilometers south of Jasper. So it's all burnt out. The whole river valley on both sides, not river valley, but it's a valley in between two or mountains. So it's mountains on either side, valley in the middle, and trees. And the fire started 30 kilometers south of Jasper and burned everything. Well, with the exception of small areas didn't get burnt or whatever, but the fire just moved all the way 30 kilometers, burnt all the way, all towards Jasper, into the town of Jasper, and then past Jasper. It burnt half of the town of Jasper. The other town wasn't affected for whatever reason. And and then it moved even further there into it, which is to the north of Jasper, called Moline Canyon, and burnt all of that area. We didn't even go into that area because it's a fairly long hike when you get there. And if it was all burnt out trees and stuff, well, it's not the greatest place to be hiking where it's all burned out. You want to have it be a nice area, is much better. Yeah, so that's what happened. Unbelievable that happened. Pretty much the rest is history. The West Side Road, Vernon, BC. Here's a video about that whole deal here. Let's listen to this one here and see what's going on here. Hang on here. This is comes to us from Daisy Media. Let's listen to this video here.
Do you see the fire coming? How close is it?
Less than a kilometer.
What are you doing?
Trying to save our homes so they don't burn down.
Oh my god. Oh fuck, it's so hot.
Okay, the police have closed the road because the fire is crossing the road right now, that West Side Road.
Oh my god, Tanner, I'm
These are
scared.
some of the videos we watched earlier.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck.
Crazy.
Oh, there's the flames. Holy shit.
Wait, where do you see? Oh my god.
Wow. Craziness out there. Look at that. Absolutely crazy.
And this is the road that I've evacuated from the fire up near Vernon. So anyone that's going to get stuck on that road between the two fires,
wow. Terrible. Yeah, so that's courtesy of Daisy Media, that compilation of what's going on there. Unbelievable in British Columbia. Right adjacent to the Okanagan Lake type stuff going on there. Unbelievable. Yeah, we still got stuff. We still got problems with these guys in Canada here. They move to Canada, and then they start throwing their garbage out, you know, like they're living in their homeland of India. These are East Indian people. They get caught by someone dumping out a van full of garbage, some furniture and shit like that. They get caught, and the guy that did this video here, you know, basically, there's the U-Haul that they're in. So he makes them load back up again and then dump their stuff in an actual dump instead of just on the side of the road. But unbelievable. Yeah, we find the same thing here in Sylvan Lake, where you get a whole bunch of these people coming in here, a group of them, whatever, and they leave a whole bunch of garbage. And I've seen it where in the daytime, before the beach is populated, they have an actual truck that goes along the beach right behind me here, and they've got a big vacuum truck, a suction cup, and it suctions up all the garbage that's left out there on the beach. So, yeah, we're being inundated with an awful lot of garbage here lately, and people are calling other people out on that, and you see who it is that's actually doing all that dumping and stuff. Now, I'm not saying it's just those people. You know, there are regular Canadian people that, you know, throw garbage all over the place, but even I was taught as a young person, you know, whatever you pack in, pack out. You know, don't throw garbage out of your window. Don't throw pop cans, beer cans, whatever it is, out of your window. You know, take it with you. Keep the environment clean. But now we're starting to see more and more cases of people basically doing stuff like this, where they're, you know, throwing stuff into the environment. Like, look at this couch on the side of the road. Smarten up already. And who is it that's doing it?
come on, please.
The newcomers. And they're being caught and they're being called out. That's what we're seeing here with this video here. Yeah. So, you know, hate to say anything disparaging. And I know you guys, oh, Tommy, you know, you're against immigration, blah, blah, you're a racist or whatever. No, that's not being a racist, calling out stuff like that. You know, unbelievable. Yeah. Just Me says, when I was driving through the Oregon locks, Multnomah Falls was burning above us on the highway. It was crazy. I know. It's really, you got the fear in you is like crazy when you're in a forest fire, you know, and you've got the stuff all around you. It's, I know exactly what it's like. And you don't want to be there. It's like you feel like you might die, you know? Like there's been very few times in my life when I felt like I was going to die. Another time was when we were in Morocco in a van, way high up, going around the corner. And there was a cliff, a steep cliff on the side of the mountain that if we went out of control, we'd actually go over that cliff and we'd all perish. And the van started skidding around the corner. And I thought, holy shit, we're not going to make it. We're all going to die. I remember that still even to this day. The high cliff on the Morocco, as approaching on the north side of Agadir, if you look on it on a map. And yeah, that was a terrible time. Yeah, I don't like stuff like that at all. I like to live long and be prosperous, as the saying goes. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, what's this? Protest against Mark Carney. For those of you that are saying, oh, Mark Carney is giving lots of money to things. Well, of course, he likes to give money away and look good. But we've got this kind of a protest going on. What is it, against Mark Carney? What? This was a while ago, January 31st. But Mark Carney does indeed have protests against him in various places. So yeah, he's not loved by everybody.
Big turnout so far in Kelowna.
He's not loved by everybody. Sandy Foster. Hate to tell you. Once in a while, there's a protest against Mark Carney. Scientists agree there is no climate change. Well, some scientists. Oh, this is in the BC, so they're flying the Canadian flag. You wouldn't see that at Alberta protest, though. It would be completely different. You'd be seeing the Alberta flag flying. And by the way, when we got from the national park back into Alberta, the first thing I saw was an Alberta flag flying, okay, and a sign up saying, one of those signs, choose Alberta or something like that. Yeah, so that's the first thing I saw when I got back out of the parks into Alberta. And I did not see the Canadian flag flying. I saw the Alberta flag flying, so that's a good thing going on there. And back in the days, there's this shot here. I'm not going to show you, but, let's see. How can I do this? There we go. I remember back in the day when men felt comfortable showering amongst each other. But, that day is long gone. Long gone, where now even men don't, change openly in change rooms. I actually saw that when we had to change at the Mayette Hot Springs there. But they have cubicles set up now, so you can go in that cubicle and you can change there, because you don't want some, dude that might be half this or half that trying to gawk at you, in the change room there. So men are no longer, even men, women, get this, even men are no longer comfortable changing in front of other men. It's just, this is the whole society. Al Munson, you know what I'm talking about. Back in the old days, people would do that, but not white people. Love dumping their trash in the woods. Oh, okay, yeah, white people. It's a white-brown thing now. Okay, I got it, Al. Al, every time you come in here, it's like always, it's a race-baiting issue there. Every frickin' time. Get off of it already. It's not about color. It's not about color. It's all about who's doing the dastardly deed, okay? And I understand that, certain colored people might be dumping trash, okay? But for you to come in there and say that, like that, I'm just pointing out that the newcomers in Canada come from countries where they dump trash all over the place, okay? So when they come here, that's what we're seeing, is we're seeing more and more trash being dumped all over the place because they don't care. Regular Canadian, yeah, a regular Canadian. You guys, you like to try and make everything into a race baiting kind of a thing. It's not. It's not. Elm says, raccoons love a comfy couch. I would agree with you. Yeah, I know. I would agree. Quit it already. Quit it. They got caught and they're on video. If somebody else got caught, they'd be on video. But how often do you see other people getting caught? You don't, because they don't do it, right? Canada is a pretty clean country. We don't have garbage dumped all over the place. Yeah. White people will dump. Well, so will black people, Al Munson. So will anybody. They all dump stuff over where you're from there, down in the bayous or wherever. That's what'll happen. Old Country Road in a heartbeat. Yeah, people do it. People do it. But the point is that we're seeing where most people are conditioned not to do that, and it happens very infrequently. We're starting to see more and more of that stuff happening over time, So that's where it's getting talked about. Free speech, more Moroccan hash stories, Tommy. Yeah, exactly. You want to hear more of that stuff. That's funny. Yeah, exactly right. Lion Roars has that right. Mark Carney is Trudeau 2.0. Way worse than Trudeau, because he's way more of a climate change climate, suck money and funnel it over to Brookfield zealot than Trudeau ever was, right? Trudeau did, pump money into those heat pumps and that stuff. Trudeau did do that, which was pumping money into a Brookfield subsidiary. Probably was coached by Carney on that whole issue. Well, Carney's doing the same thing where he's offering the heat pump, kickbacks from the government and stuff like that to make the subsidiaries of Brookfield rich, allegedly. Okay, and that is just something that we know. Maybe the schools could teach the new immigrants to pick up their trash instead of shitting on the beaches and the parks and stuff like that. Yeah, we know that stuff like that is going on. You guys know that. It's not just me saying that. You guys think it's just Tommy Temper that he's racist or whatever, talking about stuff like that. I don't care who's being a bad person. You could be a newcomer or you could be a Canadian. We'll call you out. Well, if we see you and we see the video, we'll call you out for doing stuff like that. There you go. Carney is not Trudeau, says Brett. Different personalities and leadership approaches. If made to choose, I would choose Carney over Trudeau. Would choose him over Poilievre too. You like the fact that he's actually he's a corporation man. Brett. Mark Carney is a corporation man. He's all for the corporation. Everything he does benefits corporations. You know that. And that's why the Liberals just despise him. Anyone that voted for Carney despises Carney. And they go, oh, shit, he's like a right-winger. He's actually a right-winger. More of a right wing than even Trudeau, because he's giving money to corporations. He's all for the corporation. So, you guys don't see that? Well, I'm pointing it out right here. So there you go. Deb's Crazy Daily says the Alberta flag is a provincial flag, is it not? So that's nothing new. Yeah, exactly. I know, people are going that Alberta flag and the Alberta emblem. It's an Alberta thing. And if you live in Alberta, wait, why not fly an Alberta flag? In fact, I got a Alberta flag flying right now. And we fly it on my golf cart when I go driving around here in Sylvan Lake. We have an Alberta flag flying on the back of it, and I get thumbs ups from everyone and waves from everyone. They see the flag, they see us, and they know what it's all about, and they're all for it here. Well, not every single person, There are a few, people that fly Canadian flags here. I do see it on a few houses and stuff like that. But I think that the people do think that the independence movement has hijacked the Alberta flag. People have said that. I've heard them say it. So, yeah, these things happen. Brett says that was in the news the other day, actually. Tons of illegal dumping on farmland here in Alberta, and it isn't brown people doing it. A couple of times openly caught and on film. Well, yeah, you're right. It isn't just them. It isn't just brown people doing that. Yeah. Like I said, I just did a quick search for British Columbia, trying to find out about the fires that you pointed out, Brett, and that popped into my feed here. So, I showed you the clip because we don't like to see anybody dumping, whether they're brown, white, black, purple, or green. Nobody should be dumping. And it could, hey, if it was a video of a white guy dumping, I'd be talking about that too. Okay. And we know that it's just not, particular people. But there does seem to be an influx of that happening since the mass immigration has been happening. Just saying, I think that's what they're talking about. Let's see. The Russian helicopter considered the epitome of stability and precision. Yeah, right. Well, we don't need to see that, but yeah, let's show it here anyways. Check it out. Here we go. Let's cut in here.
Helicopter, helicopter.
Look at that. There you go.
Helicopter, helicopter.
The epitome of stability.
Helicopter, helicopter.
You can't make that stuff up there. Yeah. Brett, where's Brett?
Fuck all the fucking way off.
You get your word here. Hang on. I like your last word the best, Brett. This one here. I don't know. This here, I don't really like this one, but I'll play it.
I'm going to fucking have your fucking face bleeding and your teeth knocked out, and all your little buddies are going to fucking run away.
Oh, no. Don't do that, Brett.
Now people are starting to figure it the fuck out.
That's right. I like that one. That's a good one there. But, doing harm upon somebody else there, you got to have good reason for that. Anyways, Oh, now when I do BC, I start getting into the ostrich stories here. Yeah, ostrich stories. Remember those ostriches that got done in by the government just because they I don't even think they tested all of them. They just took the shotgun to every one of them there and did them all in. That was it for the protest. They killed the protest is what they did by killing the ostriches here. And you got all this whole thing going on here right now. Now it's all about hate, right? Isn't it all about hate? And now they're going like, report your neighbor for doing anything. If you see anybody doing anything wrong, report the hate. So, well, I don't mind if it's like, if somebody is on the internet and if you know somebody on the internet that is just pure hate, and their stream is pure hate, and they're purely only on the internet for hate, and they're saying things that are hate, report it to the police. Report it to the RCMP. Okay? Phone that 422-TIPS. Okay? Get that 422-TIPS on the go there and report that hate because, it's a growing thing in Canada here where there's so much hate going on here. And this is the Edmonton police are completely out of control. They're now promoting their report hate snitch lines on the side of city buses. This here was taken in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where I live. Okay, and they're encouraging residents to report anyone that posts Canada needs deportation. So if I was to say Canada needs deportations, that would be hate. And I would actually, if somebody reported that hate speech to the police, then I would be getting a knock on my door. Uh-oh.
FBI, open up!
No. I can hear them right now. They're actually at my door. Oh, get away! I'll be on my doorbell. Ding dong, doorbell camera. I'm not home.
FBI, open up!
So you cannot say apparently Canada needs deportations because that is hate speech in Canada now. Like really, the hate speech laws are absolutely going berserk, and the police are actually advertising it that if they hear you saying that, they're apparently telling all their officers to be on the lookout for anyone that says Canada needs deportations because or go back to your country. You can't say something like that. So I have to be just mundane on my broadcast here now. I just have to be blasé and watch every word that I say. And, you guys better be careful in the chat. Because you guys in the chat might say something. If you're a Canadian, like Sandy Foster, be careful what you say because they'll call the police on you. They'll go, Sandy Foster, yeah, we'll get her IP and they'll track her right down and they'll be knocking on your door, Sandy Foster. Look out.
FBI, open up!
That's right. They'll be coming to get you. So, yeah, that's kind of what's happening in Canada. We're like screwed up here. You can't say anything anymore because it'll be some kind of hate speech. It is absolutely crazy what's going on. We're like living in a country where we're being devastated. I don't know. And more people are feeling like living in Canada is like living in a shack that's falling down. And more and more of us are thinking of moving to the United States of America, where things are actually pretty good across the fence on the other side of the border there. You know that? And people are really thinking of doing that. Yeah. People are saying, I love Canada. I love my identity. I love my culture. I love my language. I love my maple leaf. But, liberals, you're making Canada more unlivable all the time with all of your rhetoric and what you want us to do and climate change, you know, all the rest of that crap. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Who's going to buy the Roadster? They've got that new Roadster now, the new Tesla that just come out, the new electric vehicle. Check it out. This is what it looks like. Are you going to buy one of these things here? Is this going to be your next car? The super fast Tesla Roadster. They're now making it in white. Yeah, so you might want to be buying one of these cars. I don't know. It's not really my style. It's a little bit expensive, and I don't like those cars that explode when you, you know, get a scratch on the bottom of it, that kind of thing. You know, it's just not for me. And all the door handles lock up and you can't get out of it, and the thing is burning. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Oh, no. And then, oh, what happened? A Russian military. I'm watching this. I'm not going to show you, but well, I will show you, but I'll have to cut it when it actually happens there. Let's see. I'll put it so it doesn't show him. But apparently, a Russian military paratrooper jumped during an Airborne Forces Day celebration near Moscow, but his parachute failed to open and he crashed to his death. And you can see there where his parachute didn't open. So, yeah, it didn't turn out well for him. I didn't show you the part where he actually crashed. So, hopefully YouTube won't give me a strike for that. Yeah, we're used to getting strikes. We get strikes all over the place here. Yeah, let's see. Oh, they're talking about just in. New York luxury hotels housing illegal immigrants have now been returned to FEMA. 4 employees have been fired. DHS dropped the hammer. And they got stuff like that going on in New York. New York is becoming a kind of a basket case of stuff going on there with the new mayor in New York. Absolutely crazy what's going on. So, yeah. What's this? Activism teachers have been put on notice. Bill 25 takes effect this year. Teach the curriculum, leave your personal ideology. So actually, Alberta is becoming a pretty good place to live here. You know, we've got this whole thing going on here. You know, Alberta classrooms are not for activism. Okay, get this. This is where I live, in Alberta. This is not where you live, okay? The rest of Canada is not like this. The United States is not like this. But actually, the provincial government is actually hitting hard. And Bill 25 takes effect this school year. Teach the curriculum. Leave your personal ideology at the door. My son was told this is Pride Month. On the first day of Pride Month, the teacher got up there and said, "Oh, this is Pride Month, students." And whatever the hell else that she said about Pride and Pride Month, I have no idea because my kid didn't say it. But, you know, she was absolutely pushing the Pride agenda in the classroom. And Bill 25 takes effect this school year, starting, I believe, in September 1st. Teach the curriculum, leave your personal ideology that goes for pride and LGBTQ ideology and all the rest of that stuff there. Alberta classrooms are educating the children, not for recruiting them, okay? No recruiting, okay? They're for teaching. They're not for teacher activism, okay? So leave your ideology at the door, okay? Enough said on that one. What do you think about that, chat? What do you think about that? It's beautiful to be living in Alberta. It's just great. Part of Bonza. Keep the socialist propaganda. Yeah, exactly. Don't put it on us. Don't push the propaganda on us there. Leave it at home or leave it over on the street or something like that, but not in the classrooms, okay? Tommy only shows colored people doing it. Hey, give me a video of somebody else doing it and I'll show it. Okay, I'm just showing you what popped into my feed here about British Columbia. That's the new stuff that's going on in British Columbia. That's why I'm showing it, okay? Yeah, it's got nothing to do with me pushing a certain agenda. We're just showing you what's popping into my feed here. It's X Blame it on X, if anybody, because I got that off of X, okay? Robert Sinclair, hey, good to see you in there. Robert saying lots of people dump garbage because they don't want to pay the dump fees. Exactly. They shouldn't charge as much for the dump fees, and people wouldn't be doing that. Absolutely. People are cheap these days. They don't want to pay those dump fees. That's why they dump it in the wilderness. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Go to any university town at the end of school year and see the stuff students dump on the curb. Yeah, see who's at the universities these years. Absolutely. Yeah, those students are now these students that came to Canada are now protesting that their visitor fees or visitor visas are now expiring, and they have to go back to their home country, and they're the ones that are out there complaining about it. We see that. I did a story on that one the other day. I could pull one up there about the protests happening in Edmonton and Calgary from the students. Yeah, exactly. Al Munson says, might be time for these Europeans to go back home and stabilize their own countries. You know what? They're not Europeans anymore. They're people that are born in Canada. There's not Europeans that are immigrating to Canada. The Europeans are not immigrating, Al. Because the government of Canada, I looked at where the people are coming from, and they're not coming from European countries. The Canada, for whatever reason, the politicians, the liberals that are in charge, are bringing in people from countries that are not European countries. They're not Europeans that are coming in. They're coming in from, like places like Lebanon and, places in the Middle East. They're coming in from, you're seeing the Iran Ayatollah regime. Those people are coming into Canada. We're seeing them coming in from India. Tons. In fact, the number one country for people coming into Canada is India. That's the number one country. More, it's like, if you look at the graph, it's like way up here of people coming from India. Then you have people coming in from Africa. Every country but a European country. The liberals apparently don't like people coming in from European countries. Not at all. No, they're coming in from every country but a European country. I should actually dig up the graph that I was looking at of where they're coming from. But it's mostly India. A lot of people from East India, right? And that's why when I go out onto the beach to see who is it that's on the beach, most of the people are East Indians that are coming in. Just saying that's what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm not trying. I don't want the whole broadcast to be all about that. You guys are pushing that in the chat, that whole agenda. I'm just talking about events, world events, and stuff like that. Okay, Grandpa Muskrat in the chat. Good to see you in there. That's a new name in the chat, Grandpa Muskrat. You Canadians are great. I love the quirky Canadian humor. I lurk in here sometimes. Got to go by. Okay, good to see you. Thanks a lot for popping in here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the 8-3 Ion. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Dumping stuff in the forest. They are. That's exactly what's going on. But they're not only dumping stuff there, but I also see them dumping stuff right behind me on the beach as well. I notice that. I notice what's happening. I notice when there's a group of people, there are usually about 20 people all in one area, and then they, pick up and leave, but they don't pick up their garbage. And I'm not the only one complaining about that. In the Sylvan Lake chat forums, a lot of other people are complaining about that it's a lot of the newcomers are leaving a lot of stuff on the beach and stuff like that. So everybody is complaining about that. So that's why we're trying to maybe teach people to be better, that if you come to another country, don't treat it like your homeland country. Treat it a little bit better. Treat it better. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all we're trying to say. So don't try and make it into white, brown, black thing. It's not that at all. We don't want to go there. And, I don't want to be, I don't want somebody phoning the RCMP and saying, oh, Tommy Tamper is, spewing out hate speech. No, I'm spewing out, be nice to the country that you come to speech, right? That's what I'm spewing. I'm spewing be nice speech. Be nice to everybody else. Be nice to the country that you come to. Don't throw a bunch of garbage around, whatever. Just be nice to everybody. Al Munson, you wake up wondering who you're going to call a racist. I know what it's like. It's like, he's washing his face in the morning, looking in the mirror like, well, who can I call a racist today? Let's see. Let's go on the internet and do a little carousing around and see who's live and go in there. Call them out. Yeah, tell them out. Yeah, there you go. We're more free living here than they are in the U.S., Brett says. Maybe. Yeah, Canada is a pretty free country. I will say that. Our laws are more lax than the United States. You can get away. What is it? A guy murdered somebody else there. I saw the other day, and he got 4 years in jail. He already spent a year in jail, so he gets time and a half for time spent in jail. So, he'll probably only spend like 2.5 years in jail or something for outright murdering somebody. So, yeah, Canada is a great place to live, especially if you're a criminal. I've said that for years and years and years and years, that the law doesn't do a whole hell of a lot for you. In fact, out of his 2.5 years, you'll probably spend 1 year in jail for good behavior and then get out with a year of probation as long as he's a good boy and doesn't murder somebody else. That's how it works up here in Canada. That's why people love coming. That's why criminals like setting up shop. Why do you think there's so many fentanyl labs in Canada? Because they get a slap on the wrist if they get caught. They all know that, right? That's why the cartels are setting up drug labs up here in Canada and bringing in those Chinese precursor chemicals. Thank you very much, China, for doing that. We appreciate that. We love to be, pretty much a supplier of fentanyl all over the place. Anyways, we're having a fun time here. I hope you are too. Oh, hang on. Wrong button. That's the background music button. We want to hear this song, okay? The Alberta Independence song written by me, Tommy Temper. People have asked me, Tommy, where can you get that song? You can't. It's only on my show. There you go.
Where the wild winds blow, Albertans rise up, tired of the status quo.
That's right.
Oil sands pumping black gold.
Yeah.
Beef on the grill so fine.
Oh,
grain fields waving golden, canola blooming in the sunshine. But
that's right.
Taking our billions, unfair equalization gain, sending it east to Quebec while we shoulder the blame.
Oh yeah.
No more pipelines.
Free speech.
No more carbon tax chains. We're done with the feds breaking free from their reins.
Alberta freedom,
ringing loud and true. Sovereignty calling, independence coming through. No more woke liberalism stealing our way of life. Albertans stand tall, cutting loose from the strife. Rocky Mountains watching as we claim our own land. Freedom for our families.
Al Munson, it's not about black and white. It's about being good friends with everybody. We love everyone. Everyone. Let's spread more love, not hate. Be friendly with everyone.
From the prairie to the peaks, where the eagles soar high. We're sick of the traitors calling us traitors, that's a lie. Equalization's a thief, stealing our hard-earned pay, while they push their agendas.
There you go. Troy has the link.
Beef ranchers and farmers, grain silos stand proud. Oil rigs turning profits under Alberta's cloud. No more begging for ports, landlocked but strong we stand. We'll negotiate our future.
Yeah,
with the
junior
world
hat.
in our hands.
It's all you can buy.
Alberta freedom, ringing loud and true. Sovereignty calling.
Dimebag, the day begins. You woke up.
No more woke liberalism.
Good to see you, Dimebag.
Albertans stand tall, cut loose from the strife.
Good to see everyone. Thanks a lot for checking in to the Tommy Temper Show here today. We'll do it again soon. I want to do more of my nighttime shows too, the Tommy Temper After Dark. So for those of you that stay up late at night, past midnight, look forward to those happening too.
They say it's illegal, but self-determination.
My family is originally from Canada.
Like Ukraine from the Soviets.
For many generations, the background of my family is Canada. Canada. I was born in Canada. I'm a native Canadian. Don't you know? I've said that many times. In fact, I have assimilated into being a Canadian. I'm not a hyphenated Canadian. I'm just a Canadian, okay? And everybody else should do that. When you come to a country, assimilate and become an American if you're from the States. Become a Canadian. Oh, hang on. I got a phone call coming in. Hang on. Let me catch this phone call here. Okay, I'm just live on the air. I'll be with you in a second. Okay, I'll give you a call back. Okay? I'll give you a phone call back. I'll give you... Okay, what about it? I'm live right now.
Beef herds grazing free.
I'm live.
Oil sands fueling futures as far as the eye can see. We're Albertans first, with hearts full of fire. Separation's the answer, lifting us higher. No more being the wallet for a broken confederation. Freedom's our birthright, our declaration. Alberta freedom, ringing loud and true. Sovereignty calling, independence coming through. No more woke liberalism, stealing our way of life. Albertans stand tall, cut loose from
Okay, sorry about that. I had an important phone call came in there, so I had to take the phone call, and it came in right as I was ending my stream here, so I should have just ended my stream, but we got the phone call in there. Hey, but anyways, thanks a lot, everyone. Just me, Brett Boyle, and a bunch of other. Oh, it was a 12 man off grid. Thanks a lot. This stream was sponsored by 12 Man and by Just Be in the chat. Thank you very much for those super chats. I do appreciate it. We're going to say bye-bye for now from right near the Rocky Mountains in Alberta. And we hope you're going to have a good day out there. I'm going to go out where I am here and ride the golf cart around, which is going to be epic. Just look at how nice it is right here. It's not too windy. I don't see whitecaps on the water, and it's nice and sunny, and it's going to be a beautiful day in the mid-20s in central Alberta. And I hope you're going to have a good time where you are, or somewhere in the world. Look, I got to adjust my cap a little bit here. And bye-bye for now. Take care. Stay out of trouble. And if you can't stay out of trouble, don't go to jail. That's about all I can say.
FBI, open up!
And watch what you say if you live in Canada, because the hate speech, almost choking on my words here, the hate speech police will be banging on your door in Canada. Welcome to the new world order. Terrible. We're out of here. Without you, I wouldn't have a show. Thank you.